I knew something was wrong the moment I walked into the house and felt silence staring back at me. Not the peaceful kind. This was the heavy silence of a truth hiding in plain sight. My wife had been smiling too easily, laughing too freely, coming home too late, smelling like perfume she didn't wear for me. And her sister, always around, always helpful, always a little too invested in my wife's self-care weekends. That night, standing in my own living room, I felt the first crack form. And I already knew it wouldn't be the last. We weren't always like this. There was a time she looked at me as if I were the center of her gravity. When every plan started with we, not I. When loyalty wasn't negotiable. I trusted her because she had once earned that trust with small, honest moments. Burnt breakfast attempts, sleepy forehead kisses, whispered promises in the dark. I believed in her. I believed in us. Her sister, Lena, was in the picture too. Bright, charming, always inserting herself where she wasn't needed. She'd laugh off boundaries. My wife excused her intrusions. I tolerated them. Back then, I thought they were just close. I didn't know closeness could rot into conspiracy. The truth found me in the ugliest way, by accident. One afternoon, I stopped by the rental apartment I owned, the one Lena managed as part of her job at my company, just to check on some renovation work. The key slid into the lock, the door pushed open, and I froze. Candles, wine glasses, rose sheets, a playlist still running in the background, a jacket I recognized hanging on the chair, my wife's perfume lingering like a confession, and on the table, a note. Lena, thank you for giving us this place. You're the only one who understands. My world tightened into a single sharp point. It wasn't just betrayal, it was collaboration. The sister who smiled at me over family dinners had prepared a sanctuary for my wife and her lover, paid for with my money under my roof while pretending I was paranoid for noticing the distance. I stood in that little love nest, silent and still, until the hurt burned away and something colder took its place. That was the moment I stopped being the husband. I became the architect. I didn't confront her. I didn't scream. I didn't ask why. People like them don't deserve explanations. They deserve consequences. So I started planning. For 3 weeks I observed. Quiet, methodical, invisible. Her lover's car arriving every Wednesday and Saturday. My wife's fake appointments. Her sister sending messages like a concierge arranging a honeymoon suite. I collected proof, photos, timestamps, financial records tied to the apartment. I reviewed every credit card in her family's name, paid by me out of generosity I now saw as stupidity. I studied the contracts that gave me leverage over Lena's employment. Piece by piece, I built the structure of their downfall. Revenge isn't rage. Revenge is discipline. Execution day came like a storm no one saw coming. I canceled every credit card her family used, cards they had been living off for years. Rent, utilities, shopping, emergencies, all gone in a single click. It was almost poetic. Then I called HR. Lena's position at the company? Terminated. Effective immediately. Cause? Property misuse, breach of contract, fraud. The evidence spoke so clearly there wasn't even room for argument. By evening, her phone was blowing up with missed calls, frantic messages, desperate questions. My wife didn't notice any of it. She was too busy getting ready to visit the love nest. Perfect. She entered the apartment with the same key Lena had given her. She froze when she saw me sitting on the couch, the lights on, the room stripped of romance. Her eyes widened. Her purse slipped from her hand. A tremor ran through her voice when she whispered my name. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I simply slid a folder across the table. Photos, bank statements, messages, the full map of their betrayal. Then I told her everything I had done, slowly, clearly letting each word settle like dust on a coffin. Her face collapsed. All her arrogance, all her secrecy drained in seconds. She begged. She swore it meant nothing. She swore she still loved me. But the thing about betrayal is that it doesn't stop at the heart. It spreads. Behind us, her phone buzzed nonstop. Her mother panicking, her father shouting, Lena sobbing because her world was cracking faster than she could lie her way through it. The destruction was complete, and I didn't lift a finger in anger. I simply stopped holding them up. Within 2 months, the fallout was absolute. Her family, dependent on the money I had once provided, drowned under overdue bills. Their home, the one I had helped them save years ago, went into foreclosure. Lena, jobless, was evicted. Her reputation in the industry turned toxic overnight. I watched from a distance as they unraveled, clinging to each other like people who suddenly realized the consequences of their own greed. My wife tried to come back, tried to apologize, tried to negotiate. But I had already signed the divorce papers. I had already turned the page. Now, when I look back, I feel no guilt, no hesitation, no remorse. They taught me a brutal lesson about loyalty. I taught them an unforgettable one about dependence. People say revenge is bitter. Maybe for them. For me, it tastes like justice, cold, clean, and final.